Good evening everyone, and a very warm welcome to another episode of Monster Flight Sim. Hey all well, we're doing a flight today from the lovely East Midlands Airport to a completely new destination on the north coast of France, which is Girona Airport, which personally I've never heard of or come across, so it'll be completely different. So we're in the Airbus A321 this evening. Apologies a little bit late, just try and get everything set up. Evening Leonardo, hope you're well mate, and evening to everyone else. So let's jump into the flight deck and get ourselves all set up. I think pretty much good to go. Stairs are all in place anyway, but and we'll do a full startup. So we've got the aircraft all set up ready for our departure. Just wait for the IRSs to align. Where's your flight tomorrow? I want to return. I love a bit of Jersey, to be fair. That's my sort of favourite place to go. I don't think we have ATC online here at East Midlands. I'm just in the process of looking at that in a minute. Just trying to see which runway is in use. So runway 27 is in use. I'm expecting runway 01 for our arrival. So IRS1 is online, IRS2 and IRS3. Put the fuel pump tool on. Quick APU fire test as well. Gatwick to Jersey is nice. It's only about a 45-minute flight to be fair. It's all pretty decent. We'll have the nav lights on as well. So it's not quite dark obviously yet here in the UK, though I'd imagine it'll be fairly dark by the time we get to our destination. It's about 1 hour 30-minute flight time, 2 hours total, but we'll get everything all ready to go. 228 passengers joining us this evening. Cheers Legacy for the Rose, and we'll just let GSX do its thing. So, let's take through the flight plan for this evening. So, as you can see, we're in the 321 CFM variant of aircraft. Costa index of 5, cruise level of 350, 0 per weight of 17.9 tons. We've got a nice tailwind of 21 knots. Flight time's 1 hour 35 minutes, a block time of 2 hours 15. It says on here runway 09 for departure, though that is actually incorrect. It's runway 27 that's currently active at the East Midlands, and we're expecting runway 01 at Girona, but we'll keep an eye on that on the way across. Current fuel, so we need 8.5 tonnes of fuel for our flight today. Takeoff weight of 79.1 tonnes. That means that we are above our maximum landing weight, so we'd have to burn some fuel if we need to make a return. And Alvin, we're in the Jet2 A321, buddy. So let's have a quick look at the weather. So the weather over in Girona, I just had a quick look before we left. So current wind is 030 at 5 knots, varying between 330 and 70. Good visibility, however we have got rain currently in the vicinity. Clouds broken at 2,000 feet and then broken at 6,500 feet. 13 degrees Celsius, QNH1005, no significant changes there. And our departure airports, so wind 300 at 9 knots, a few clouds at 4,400, good visibility, QNH1002. And if we need to divert anywhere, we'll be diverting to Barcelona.
Welcome on board.
So let's just quickly get the rest of this all set up while we're waiting for people to get on board. Just clear up some of the mess on here.
Welcome on board. This way, this way. Good evening, good evening. Boarding pass, please. Hello.
So we're not in controlled airspace at the moment. So let's jump down to the EFB and we'll get that all set up. Well, he says we'll get that all set up if my actual screen is working, which it's not for some reason.
This way, please.
So bear with us 2 seconds while we just restart SimBrief.
Welcome on board.
Not SimBrief, you know what I mean. SimApp Pro.
Hello. This way, please. This way, please. Welcome aboard, please. May I see your boarding pass? Boarding pass.
There's a couple of seconds, I'm just going to get SimApp Pro relaunched. Occasionally does this with the MCDU.
Welcome on board. Hello.
Whilst we're waiting for that to boot up a minute, we'll just wait for everything else.
Good evening.
I'm guessing that's all passengers on board.
Hello.
Well, maybe not yet.
May I see your boarding pass?
So, bear with a minute, guys, just trying to get MCD all started up. So it is actually working, it's just there we go. So is the display as per usual. Occasionally it does this from time to time. It's just a bit of a nightmare to try and disconnect it and reconnect it. Cheers to the pod, guys.
And the Birmingham Golf Papa Charlie, we're 1.5 miles out of Brisbane.
So guys, just bear with us a second, we're just going to re-plug in the MCDU and hopefully that will all work, because that'll be a bit problematic.
The traffic connect on 134 vacated.
So guys, I'm setting all back up and running. So, let's just bring the camera view back to you guys. There we go. So, running again. Like I say, guys, we'll just get ourselves all sorts of Chinox 97 Tango.
Fueling has now been completed. You may now fasten your seatbelt. Thank you for cooperation. Good evening. This way, please.
Costa index of 5, cruise level 350.
Eastbound, Jet2.
Block fuel for today's flight was 8.5 tons. So fuel weight of 70.9. And we'll just calculate the CG on here.
Hello.
So that says 26.4.
Welcome on board.
25.5.
This way, please.
Tailwind of 21.
Boarding pass.
And like I say, we're expecting a runway 27 for departure. Tech 1 November. And our arrival is ILS runway 1. On our
Good evening. Hello. Hello.
make it warm offer. There we go. So 1 hour 44 minutes, 721 miles, and 3.6 tons of fuel. What departure should you do? I don't know, Leonardo. What departure should you do? Why is your headset? Sometimes you have to boost the mic settings to actually get it a little bit louder on Streamlabs, to be fair. So I don't know how we're doing for. Let's think initial climbs around 5,000 feet. I think from memory. Oh, that's even better than that. It's 9,000. Initial climb 9,000. It looks like it's going to rain soon though. So fuel is all on board. Seatbelts can now come on. Just going to quickly work out our takeoff speeds. So we've got 8 more passengers left aboard. We're just waiting for the banks to come on board, which they're going on now. And then we should be good to go. So let's get the APU on and started. So cockpit preparation, gear pins, anchors, remove fuel quantity is 8,560 kilos, and that is balanced. There's nothing in the centre tank, so we'll have them off. Seatbelts on the deer, set to nav and verif 1002. Wasn't it great? I can't remember how much it was, to be fair enough. I've had it quite a while, so APU is on and available. It's disconnecting, still on power. So guys, we'll be ready to go shortly. Got 8 more passengers apparently left aboard. Not quite sure what's going on there, but here's it, we're waiting for a bus for 8 more passengers. Here's the arrivals ending to East Midlands. Very, very accurate. To be fair, typically with arrivals you tend to actually go up this corridor, from my experience. But so just waiting for the rest of these bags and then we'll get going. I don't think there's any other aircraft on the ground here at East Midlands at the minute, so it seems nice and easy. We'll brighten the displays up a little bit for you guys as well. This needs to take forever when they're loading boxes, which is not quite accurate because we wouldn't use that. Yes, this is just the default APU sound, buddy. There's no add-on sounds to that. Yeah, Leonardo, I'm not too sure how much your mic was, buddy, if I'm honest. Welcome everyone, I hope you're all good. Like I say guys, we'll get going very shortly. Just waiting for the last bags to go on. Well, that's all on now. Probably we're still waiting for 8 passengers, but I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. Normally they're boarded before everyone else, but
Coventry traffic Golf Southside entering the circuit patio there.
there you go, aircraft's loaded, wonderful. So then, before starts, parking brake is set, take a speed to thrust. 135, 145, 149, thrust 46. Windows closed and beacon can come on. So hopefully the
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
runtime can come on. But yeah, no, the Phoenix does sound pretty good, Barney, to be fair. So, love the dog, by the way. So flight time is 1 hour 44 apparently according to this, so we'll probably make up a little bit of that time on the way. Got a beautiful tailwind helping us along as well. Ah, no worries. I love show cockers there, to be fair, they're really good. Yes. Well,
Locking gear.
so Steve, there's a bit of an issue with the Jet2 boarding music because I sometimes, well, some of my videos are monetized. As you can imagine, gestling does cause me a lot of problems. So unfortunately, we have to adopt the Jet2 boarding music, which is a shame. But I just get so many copyright issues as a result of it.
Crew boarding complete, ladies and gentlemen. This aircraft will shortly depart.
Most of the other noises are in there. It's just the song. Alright then. So we want to be pushing back nose to the left hand side.
Release parking brakes, please.
Brakes release clear to push.
Commencing push. All engines are clear. Start at will.
Start sequence 1 and 2, starting at 1.
Welcome on board, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for flying with Jet2.com and Jet2 Cockpit. We're nearly ready for takeoff, but before we go, you'll need to make sure that all mobile phones, tablets, or other devices are in flight and fully switched
Cheers to the
off
follow, buddy.
in your hand luggage. This is because you are not allowed to during the takeoff. With the seatbelt currently switched off, you can use your devices again as long as they stay in contact. And messages, make calls, and access to the internet are still on board. If your device becomes damaged or hot, which is smoke, is lost or falls into the sea.
Engine or one available.
Tell it immediately.
Starting 2.
Smoking and the use of e-cigarettes is not permitted on board today. For your safety, please follow instructions. Please now make sure that any hand luggage is safely got away and your seatbelt is fastened ahead of your takeoff. And ladies and gentlemen, we'd just like to tell you about our friendly on-board together policy. We've created to protect you.
What, as in terms of hardware add-ons or my actual scenery add-ons? If so, if you check over Discord, I did have a list of add-ons on there for the scenery and stuff. Whether it's fully up to date, I'm not too sure. I've probably got a couple. Well, I've definitely got this new scenery that we're going to update. But there we go. Parking brakes up. So the actual sounds are actually come from that's something I recorded when flying to Tenerife back in January. We still got Rex sounds. So I don't run Rex Atmos. I have considered it, but yeah, we don't use Rex Atmos at all. So everything's all started. Takeoff config. So after start, anti-ice notified decam status is checked.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass in.
Pitch trim 0.8 up, rudder trim is neutral.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
There's the pin. East Midlands traffic, Channel 97 Tango, pushback from stand number 9, taxi into runway 27 for departure, Sapco 1 November. So then, flight controls, he says. Pull up, pull down, neutral, pull left, pull right, neutral, rudder, pull left, pull right, neutral. I feel like we got the wrong FS realistic setting as well, but we'll have a look at that in flight. Yeah, I bet that, to be fair, I just run the complete base version of the weather, and it's not too bad, to be fair. Taxi lights. First time flying the 321 for a little while as well, so. Left is clear, right is clear. Just waiting for the cabin to be secure. Yes, this is EMA. You are very correct.
Yeah, we still take us to fucking punch.
Flight deck. There it says.
Camera at door 1 left, cabin secure for takeoff.
Wonderful. So, taxi checklist. Flight controls, check flap setting, config 1, Perceph radar, predictive wind shear system on an auto, engine mode selected norm, and eco mode takeoff no blue. So, we're going to be straight out, so packs 1 and 2 both off. There's nothing on here. TCAS T8RA. East Midlands traffic channel 97 Tango, lining up runway 27 for departure. Hey Luke, how are you doing mate? I hope you're well. There we go. So, nose lights take off, landing lights on. Approach path clear. Oh, that's my phone gone. Yeah, good mate, thank you. I'll have a bit more of a chat once we depart. So, thrust 50%. Bit of downward pressure. Take off. Man, flex 46, SRS runway, auto thrust blue. Thrust set. V1. Rotate. Positive climb, cool. Nav. Bit of a dodgy takeoff that was, wasn't it? There's racetrack. Packs 1 and 2 on. Just climb. That one on. Flap 0 speed, check flap 0. It's my local also, Luke, to be fair. Well, I say it's my local. It's not technically the most local. Doncaster is technically more local, but one of the my most local that I actually fly from. AP1. So then, oh, does it? I didn't know that, to be fair, Steve. Yes, there's been no tail strike so far. Didn't keep that centre line very well, though. It started off well, but it went a bit wrong, didn't it? So, there we go. Whereabouts am I? I'm down over near Lincoln. I don't know why they're saying the speed brake's deployed, it's not even deployed.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please stay seated for a little while longer. Once the seatbelt signs have been turned off, feel free to move around, but please buckle up when you're in your seat.
Pusher.
You'll also be able to use any electronic devices you have with you, so long as they stay in flight mode. Please be careful when opening overhead lockers, as things might have moved around. But don't forget, smoking and the use of electronic cigarettes is not allowed in any part of the plane, including the toilets which are fitted with smoke detectors. Our cabin crew are busy preparing our award-winning in-flight service. Take a look at our tasting menu and Jet2 shop brochure to see what's on offer. Also on board today's flight, ladies and gentlemen.
How long to approach? So we've got 700 miles. So landing time is 1946 UTC time. So that's
And now at least 20%
yeah,
cheaper than the prices you see in the
8:46,
magazine,
a quarter to 9 we should be on
making
the
them
ground.
half the price of the high street. There really is some
UK
absolute
time.
bargains on board. For now though, please do sit back, relax and enjoy your flight with us. Thank you.
So guys, if you're not already subscribed over on YouTube, feel free to subscribe. We did do a little series around the METARs the other day. Though we'll be certainly having a look at the METAR for our approach into Girona. I've never heard of Girona, never been there. So we'll obviously need to do a little bit of studying on the way. But what we'll do is wait to get out to UK airspace, and we'll have a good look at that as we proceed over France with
bunch traffic. I go from Echo Foxtrot Tango Texas on the way 25 bunch traffic.
So we might as well just consider, we've gone past Sapco, we can now continue to our cruise altitude 35,000 feet. So we'll go managed speed on that. So we are approaching 10,000 feet and landing light's gone. Yeah, that's fine. I'm a little bit nervous about landing this machine though, to be fair. Like I said, I've never flown this. I've never flown to this airport, and we're not flying this aircraft in a long while, so what could possibly go wrong? But we'll have a look at the landing charts and things for. So we'll just have a quick look at the briefing for arriving. So airport briefing, here we go. So speed restriction 250 knots at SLP, 231 Hold'em. Cat 2 and 3 operations, so runway 19 is approved for category 2 and 3 operations. For landing on runway 01 we want to be vacated at Echo 1. Either way, we'll have a look at the wind and see what that tells us.
Golf. Commentary traffic, Golf, Bravo, Echo Foxtrot, Tango, and running 05 via Bedware, VFR to the east, flying 1500.
There's an aircraft alongside us somewhere, 1,000 above. Let's have a look, shall we? If you can see him anywhere. Only visual at the moment. So guys, if you've got any questions, feel free to ask. I'll try and answer the best I can. And we'll have a good look at the latest meta for so 1800 Zulu. And the 020 at 6 knots. Bearing between 340 degrees and 050 degrees. So the current weather over in Girona is the wind is 020 at 6 knots, varying between 340 and 050 degrees. Visibility is 10 kilometers or more. Clouds scattered at 1,600, broken at 2,500. Overcast at 4,012 degrees Celsius. So not too bad at all, really. What have you been up to today then, Leonardo? Anything much, mate? If you're still with us? Someone's telling me we need the other runway, to be fair, because if that's saying that's the arrival runway, I don't think it is, because runway 18, if the wind is 020 at 6, Yeah, the runway selection's incorrect, so we actually want runway ILS, runway 19. I don't know if any of you guys have got any experience with some of the AI ATT add-ons. That's the only thing that I have been considering lately, but it's such a difficult decision to make because I love flying on VATSIM so much. That's the problem, and integrating the two could be a bit of a nightmare. So we've still got that aircraft 1,000 above, 9 miles away, so... Oh, there he is, look, you can just see him in the distance there. No major visual on him. So it looks like we'll pick up a little bit of ATC as we come into French airspace. Might be cheeky and do a direct to GWC. Just give ourselves a little bit of a shortcut there. Oh yeah, we've got a beautiful 27 knot tailwinds pushing us along. Will help us slightly. So we'll do a quick fuel check at GWC to make sure we're all good there. Good words. So we should have 5.7 tons as a minimum. Like I said, guys, if you got any questions, feel free to ask. Try and answer them the best I can.
Yeah, for actually the hard company, sign up there, right? Airport number 27.
Like I say, we will get a little bit of ATC shortly from Paris Control. Chances are they'll probably give us a direct. What size is it? We have the wing control or wing Ursa Minor side stick. It's pretty good, to be fair. Can't really fault. I used to have the Thrustmaster previously and didn't really like it, to be honest. Well, I did like it for the time, but then since if I compare the two, you're better off spending your money on the Ursa Minor, and it's cheaper, to be fair. So. It just feels a lot nicer, a lot smaller movements as well. You're not constantly fighting with the spring. You just got to choose between those options. I would say personally there's no comparison between the Thrustmaster. Like I said, there are more expensive joysticks out there on the market. I know soon there is something coming out, which is a force feedback version. But obviously you're talking a lot more money for that. You're talking probably 2 or 3, well, probably about 400 or 500 quid to be fair for that. Whereas this is at least only. Something is around 75 UK pounds. So we pretty much come into French airspace at Sitit, so pretty much straight along. We'll probably get a direct to Sopil, I guess. That's usually the routine with them. Quite sure what's going on in here. Well, a lot really. We're just sat chilling on their iPads. He's going through the seat. Oh, they're all a bit out of alignment, these people, aren't they? Wow. Yes, we're in a Jet2, buddy. Jet2 A321.
Yes, it's perfect.
So guys, if you're enjoying, feel free to give us a like, comment, subscribe over on YouTube as well. There's plenty of content on there, loads of shorter videos as well. Most of the flights we do, we tend to do a shorter edit of them. So I appreciate this stream is going to be quite long and laborious for you guys. So at 20 miles from Sittet. And we'll see if we can use map point 8. A bit of a oh, that's one. Yeah. Let me get my words out. Nottingham is my local airport, to be fair. Well, I say that. So Doncaster is technically slightly closer, but yeah, fly from East Midlands a fair amount, to be fair. I haven't recently, just because the prices have been a bit more expensive than elsewhere. Like, quite significantly more expensive. There's like a £300 difference between Stansted and East Midlands, but I do prefer the experience of East Midlands a lot better. Like I say, we will get contacted by the French air traffic control in a minute. I'm not sure which one it is though. That's why I'm a little bit confused, because there is 2 separate controllers. I've got a feeling it's going to be 135410, but this one's will be the opposite one. We'll plan that one. If it's not, then we can just change it. I'm not enjoying this camera shake. It must have been from FS Realistic. We'll have a look at that actually and see if we can. I think I'm on the wrong profile. That's the reason why. Pretty sure it's this one that was on with a little bit of an adjustment. So any second now should get into the airspace. I'm not sure if there's any flight restrictions. I can't see any flight restrictions for them. But whether we're too high above their control zone, I'm not sure. But Like I say, guys, any questions, feel free to ask and we'll try and answer them the best we can. Are you still with us, Leonardo, or you disappeared, mate? Started the stream a little bit early this morning. I'm sure a couple of people will be on at some point. So 8-minute delay code we need to insert, so we can pop that in here. Delay allocation card, we'll blame the baggage handlers. RPL, oh, sorry, RLV, that'll do. I'll insert that and hopefully that'll get accepted. Yeah, a couple of minutes and then we've got 480 miles left to run, so not too far really. It's not that much of a longer flight. Where did I get the extension for the squat panel from? As in the extrusion. So the extrusion actually came from, it was just off Amazon to be fair, though it just didn't point out they don't fit properly. So I wouldn't recommend ordering them. So the ones that you need, I thought I ordered them, and after I'd ordered it I thought, oh, we'll leave it for now, but so I can't actually physically bolt them to the chassis. I'm still having to use the glue dots and wing control. They do fit and slide along the rail nicely, don't get me wrong, but you just can't actually bolt them together, and then the actual rail is obviously bolted to the part of the cockpit. Though we are in talks at the moment with Rosefire about trying out their new pedestal, so what will come of that I'm not too sure. They have said that they would be happy to send us one to review, so I'm kind of hoping that may happen. If not, I'll probably just end up buying one anyway. Granted, we only have one side of it, but we can keep the other side blank, to be fair. What do you think of the landing gear over? Yeah, it's pretty good, to be fair. You probably need to tighten up, so inside the actual device there's some screws that you can tighten, which makes it feel a little bit better. I found initially it felt a little bit loose, So now I've tightened it a little bit, it feels a lot better. Cheers for the follow, Camino even. But no, you will like the AGP panel, to be fair, it's pretty good. Though mine has seemed to have developed a bit of an issue, and I don't know, I think it's a USB issue rather than actually an issue with anything else. But my screen on it, for some reason, although it works in the sim and the buttons still work, it just times out with the display. It freezes after a little while. So I don't, like I said, I don't think it's actually an issue with the screen. I think it's probably a USB cable issue, but I've not had a chance really to look at it properly yet. But no, overall really good. This is the second AGP panel I had. The first one I had a fault with it, so an LED fault, which was rather annoying. So let's start having a look at our approach, I think. Let's see what's going to go on there. Like I said, we're going to have Google this, I can't remember. I don't know if any of you guys know that are watching on the channel what which ILS should you use first. So Zulu, so there's a little bit of high terrain around 2,200. Intercept the ILS at 2,500. It's pretty much a straight in approach from what I gathered on here, so. I'm amazed that French ATT haven't contacted us though. You can see down here, it's a fairly there's Girona. Fairly short runway by the look of things. It's pretty much straight in, isn't it? Then we can expect to vacate off to the left hand side. Probably Echo 3, I guess. Then on to Tango and on to remote stand, so probably, well, we'll probably go to stand 1 or 2, so I doubt there'll be much traffic there. So the estimated landing weight we have said 74.1. So we're going to be using autobrake medium then for landing. If that's the case, then if we are using ILS Zulu, let's have a look at the minimums for that. So for Cat 2 ILS is 206 radio, so we'll pop that in the box, so we'll prepare for that. QNH at the minute is 1004, I think it was. And the wind at 020 at 6. So we'll look at that a little bit closer to the time. I do think when the wind control overhead comes, I do think we'll probably still purchase that. even though we have the Java Sim one, chances are we'll probably end up selling that and then getting the wing control, just so we got full wing control products really. Certainly find the support a lot better, personally. So guys, I'm going to quickly go and grab a drink. We'll let you guys watch some exterior views for the minute. And we'll see you in a few minutes. Here we are back. Here's one message briefly just before left. Oh, they're putting the barrow. Good spot, mate, good spot. I was meant to put 206 in the radio altimeter. Is what I want to put. Yeah, just like good spot for that one. A few grapes. Oh yeah, we're flying. Yeah, Matty, how we doing? Oh, it's still doing this camera wobble business, and I don't like it. See, the thing I don't like about it, best realistic, is the camera wobble. He's off too. Have a look, see where he's off to. He's by the Luxembourg, wasn't it? Any of you wondering about FS Realistic, it is really good. It's a good piece of kit, to be fair. It does make your landing sound like you're about to fall out the sky. Well, it's a tiny, tiny airport though. So then cheeky little diversion to Balan. If anyone's going to buy anything for the wind controller, the throttle is probably one of the best products, I would say. You don't realise how big this aircraft is though, to be fair. It's such a long aircraft. I don't know how much longer it is, but it's a good few metres longer. So we've got 369 miles left. So the first part of the restriction on our arrival is flight level 150, or between 100 and 150 Scenic, which is there. We'll probably start descent a little bit earlier. For some reason the MCG is playing up again. Sim up through, what are you doing to me today? I did have an A-car Sprinter, to be fair, until I don't really know what happened with it. It just like imploded. Probably the best way to Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what went wrong with it, to be fair, but yeah, we did used to have one. And they are pretty good, but I just not replaced it really. One, because I was starting to run out of USB ports, that's the other problem. Yeah, I'm not sure, for some reason we're having an issue with the MCDU this evening. So we're going to move it north, so we're just going to give it a few minutes, just let the MCDU do its thing. There's meant to be a new version of Scenic Pro coming out, isn't there, from what I've understand. It's only since doing an update on it recently, that's when it started playing up. There we go. Yeah, the AGP panel does make quite a big difference over A320 if you still want to make. It does make a big difference. Hey Mike, how we doing, mate? Do you fly much then, Steve, on Flight Sim? Do you have much of a setup? Oh, nice one. Where's all your products from? Are they from mostly Wing Control or a US Galarkey user? But 50 grand to spare, I'd certainly be going with the Galarkey products. They look very, very good. So, in case of a go around, let's have a look at that. So, come out to the GIR VOR, I'm in 3,500 feet, then I'll have to turn 220 knots to GIR VOR, climbing 5,000 feet in the hole. Fair enough. So guys, if you want to join our Discord, feel free to look at the bottom of the description over on, well, on both actually, on YouTube. It's on the bottom of the description and it's on the main page for TikTok. There's plenty of content on there as well. If you guys look at, and then obviously you guys can chat with me as well. A lot of wing thrustmaster. Oh, nice one. I would appreciate seeing some pictures, to be fair, Steve. I do admire a man's work when they, especially with overheads and stuff. That's pretty cool. I'm not clever enough to make my own overhead. It'll take me years. That's all pretty impressive though. You can do it over on Discord if you want, if you have Discord. Feel free to join our Discord page, mate, and you can drop me a DM on there. I don't even have Discord open actually at the minute. I'll keep an eye out for it anyway. That sounds pretty good. Do quite admiring other people's ideas as well. Like, it just gives you a little bit more ideas about yourself. So obviously this is a next level racing setup that we have, which is really just handy for what I need it for, to be honest. But I've still not got the sweet spot yet on the settings with Flight Sim. One thing I've not got. Hey everyone, mate, how we doing? Good morning. Hope you're all well. Guessing you're just joining us just before your morning at work. So, not far off CNR landing, to be fair, well, we're not a million miles away. 268 miles. So not too far, I suppose. Looks really close on there, but it's actually a lot further than that. I don't actually think this is a real EasyJet route. I'm not too sure, to be fair. Sorry, EasyJet? What am I on about? Jet2 route. It may be, actually. I don't know. It's somewhere they do fly to, but I don't know if they fly from East Midlands to there. Certainly not a route I've ever seen before. But it's like on the right, on the northern tip of Spain, to be fair. Like I say, if anything goes wrong, we'll be off to Barcelona anyway. Like I say, I think we'll be the only aircraft there. Where's the plane gone? It's starting to get a little bit darker. I'm guessing you just woke up with them born. So you normally pretty much just it's one of your morning routines, isn't it, before heading off? For those of you wondering, we're not going to be doing a return leg today. Unfortunately, I've got work at stupid o'clock in the morning, so I need a reasonably early night. Which I'd love to do a return leg, but we'll probably try and do another stream tomorrow evening. It'll be a bit later on, probably 8 o'clock onwards tomorrow evening. Depends how I feel after work. Some days I feel like it, some days I don't. Don't know about you guys, I still can't wait for this Neo that's allegedly coming out at some point soon. Would be nice for that though, to be fair, that'd be quite nice. There we go. So. Cheers for the follow, buddy. A few of you on this evening. Not as many likes as there was the other day, though. Like I say, really appreciate if you guys could follow over on YouTube. There's a subscribe. Trying to boost the amount of subscribers as possible. Completely free of charge. Don't do any charging. That's not one thing. Don't get me wrong. We are starting to, well, I say we're starting to monetize in the videos. There's not really much of monetization going on, but to be fair, it's not really much of an interest with me. Just do it because I enjoy flying, really, and it just makes the time go a little bit quicker when you guys join us along the way. So we're just trying to get as many loaded shortcuts as possible. I don't know whether it'll take much off really. We're a bit naughty tonight. So it wants us to start descending about 80 miles or so, just over 80 miles. We'll probably start it a little bit earlier. So we'll request the latest weather just to see if there's any difference there with that. So 1900 Zulu, so the current wind is it's changed a little bit then. So 010 at 4 knots. Going between, same thing, good visibility, few clouds 1700, broken 2200, 12 degrees, and 1004. Cool. So I've had a performance page, we'll just update that wind, so 010 at 4. That gives an approach speed of 145, which to be fair is probably about right. .075 transition level. We've got the barrel in at 206 radio. go. So I've been flying 1 hour and 1 minute. I've been in the air. And I've been started at 1 hour 14, so it doesn't take as long to get out onto the runway. That is sometimes one of the beauties when there isn't any ATC online. So it does allow you to depart rather quickly, which is great for you guys. So, we're going to start our descent about 70 miles early. The reason for that is then we can have a nice gradual descent. So, one thing with the 321 is slowing down is a bit of an issue. So my logic here is if we try and so we can maintain this at 1,300 feet, which is a nice steady descent really. I'm hoping that the weather should be good enough for a nice visual approach and manual landing. The weather doesn't sound too horrific. It's a little bit overcast, but I'm intrigued to see what the weather's going to be like actually on the way down. Hopefully it'll be alright. Yeah, Mike, how we doing, mate? So to get to about 14,000 feet, we'll get the cabin secure for landing. Looking pretty cute though, the weather. So. I'm interested to see what Rex Atmos is actually like in comparison. So we've got about 30 minutes left to run and we should be on the ground. Woo. Still nothing to see. So once we reach this waypoint then 250 knots we should be at, or less. Hey Steve, how we doing? So, we've got 80 miles until we're at the first waypoint. 121 left till we're on the ground. Can't really see anything on the ground at the minute, it's just cloud and more cloud at the moment. So we'll have the wing lights on after the fact it's getting dark. I'll just light up the engines a little bit. Here we got with this evening. Ed Dog coming from South Africa. Welcome, mate. Who you are? We're just starting our descent now into Girona in Spain. It's a very strange name, isn't it? I want to say Verona. Not quite Verona, is it? Oh, finally we can actually see a little bit of land in front of us. So he's got terrain on his side. Welcome, buddy. Everyone's welcome on here. Like I say, we're starting to see a little bit of land, which is nice. All we've seen is cloud for about the last hour and a bit, so. Having a nice steady descent anyway. Really nice and steady. Got lots of people coming in. I say guys, any questions feel free to ask. Whilst we're in this descent phase, you might as well. And after that I will be concentrating on landing on that very small piece of tarmac. And it's not a very long runway whatsoever. So, we'll see how we go. I'm hoping we don't need to use full length, but if we do, we do. I really like these covers that they've put on them. Always look really cool from the... Let's not do that. That's what happens when you try and do stuff that you shouldn't be doing. There you go, right, AP1. That happened last time I tried to move the view out on the outside. Probably should take the hint to not use the view. So 10,000 feet minus 1,200. I do love the fact that the seatbelt signs actually work in these cabins. That's amazing. Obviously, the no smoking doesn't, but
Ladies and gentlemen, in preparation for landing, your captain switched on the fasten seatbelt sign. At this time, please return to your seats and ensure your seatbelts are securely fastened. Tray table stowed, armrest down, and your window blinds fully open. Please discipline on short turnaround, security checks, and cleaning procedures of the aircraft. Please hand over any unwanted items to the crew as they pass through the cabin. It would be really appreciated by your onboard crew. If you just have a look once again around the seat area to make sure there's no rubbish or empty left for the next passengers. We do expect to be landing shortly. Thank you.
oh, nice one. That sounds pretty cool, don't fun, to be fair. I've never been in an aircraft that big, to be completely honest with you. Though when I go away in June, it'll probably be one of the biggest I've been in, which is an A330. It's actually an air tanker. That's a Jet2 aircraft as well. It's actually an air tanker is what it's actually designed for. Should be pretty cool. So at 14,000 feet, seatbelt signs are on. These bloody covers, they're really good, but they're really annoying at the same time. It's quite often I tend to click to zoom in. So we are going to start slowing ourselves down a little bit earlier. One thing this aircraft struggled with is slowing down, so. Some lovely views out of the wings though. And then once like over to the left hand side, probably a little bit nicer. So first flight restrictions are, is flight level 100. The waypoint after that is 80. And then insert the ILS 2500 and Foxtrot India 19. So get prepared, water brakes into medium. I'm going to leave the spoilers disarmed for the minute because we may need to use them a little bit. Slow us down. Trying to work out what this city is that's in front of us. Have a look. Papagin River Sortes. I'm guessing is French. Looking at the borders. So we're actually flying dead over an airport. Oh, you can see it actually, just in front of us, look. Hey Will, how we doing? If I'm flying out of an airport and Tower Hand to be over to 122.8, how do I know what points? It's contact different group. So with V-Pilot, what will happen is you will get a message. So it'll pop up on V-Pilot. You'll hear it. There'll be an audible tone as well, advising you to please contact me on this frequency, and then you just dial that frequency in. So don't stress about it. It's nothing to worry about. It's quite normal for that to happen. We've been on 122.8 the whole journey, which I don't think we would be. So like I said, we're going to start our descent and slowing down a little bit earlier. It's one thing I always struggle with in this aircraft, is slowing down. So we'll go back to about 220 knots once we reach this first waypoint. And then we will aim for 4,500 feet. Well, in actual fact, we could probably go 2,500. We need to probably go onto the plan so we can see. There we go. So that's the point we're actually looking at. So 2,500 feet is what we're aiming for. So if we aim that in there, so 900 feet per minute, that will get us nicely there. So we're at 11,000 feet, we'll get the landing lights on in a moment, as we are losing a light very rapidly, as you will see in a moment. Uh, 10,500 feet around now. $10,200. No worries, Will, not a problem, mate. Just for the follow. So we got the landing lights on in a second. So yeah, put landing lights on. We'll leave the nose lights for this second. So we are going to lose a bit of visibility here in a minute. We have got terrain on the FO side, so you can keep an eye on the terrain.
Okay, still prepare for approach.
Hello, flight deck.
Hello, camera. Left. Cabin secure for landing.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So cabin secure. So QNH 1004. So we've just got this little bit of terrain to consider with here as well. Nothing on the radar at the moment. Get dialed in. The beacon here in sight. No visual with the runway at the moment. A little bit of cloud here. Make it a little bit of rain. Just going to quickly check the weather, make sure there's no massive change that's happened just prior to us starting. So 8,000 feet now. It's all the high terrain at the moment. Degrees broken 1,700. No change there. Still the same wind speed. So approach checklist. Barra F1004. Seatbelt on. The minimums of 206 radio. Auto brake medium. Engine mode selector is norm. So we're going to start slowing ourselves down to 30 knots for the time being. Maybe bring a little bit of spoilers out just to help us a touch with that. Here comes some of the rain. So hopefully the shower will disappear as we descend down. So speed check flaps 1 to 20 knots. Looks like the weather's dipping off there. So we are going to enable the approach AP1, AP2, Cat 3 dual. .29 miles to touchdown. So we could potentially have a wind shear alert here, we need to be careful of that. Hoping as we descend through it we should get rid of some of this horrible weather. So we've got about 15 miles to the ILS. No visual at the moment. Block star. So speed 180, speed check flaps 2. We'll stay at that 180 for now, until we get on the glide slope properly. So in case I missed approach, will be a left hand turn, pretty much back overhead the airfield, and then back for a second approach. activate the approach, confirm. So glide slope's coming in now. We'll hold the nose there. I'll bring up speed up to 160 until 4. After landing, we want to vacate to the left hand side. Girona traffic, channel X97 Tango on the ILS runway 19. So once we get to that 2,500 margin, we'll get the gear extended and slow down properly. Once we're captured on the glide slope, we'll get the go around altitude set. Glide slope star. Go around altitude is 5,000 feet. On the glide slope. So 10 miles on the threshold. No visual at the moment.
2,500.
Get down. So I think that's the landing strip just coming into view. Speed check flaps 3 and flaps 4. So got the field in sight. That's full as on. Landing checklist, go around altitude 5,000 feet. ECAM and memo, landing, no clue. Manage speed. Manual flight. Cat 1.
about.
Checked. Land.
Hundred above.
Checked.
Minimum.
Continue.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. Drive.
House spoilers. Reverse green. Brake medium decel. Manual braking.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Jet2.com and Jet2 Holidays, a very warm welcome. For your comfort, but especially your safety, we would ask that you remain seated at this time with your seatbelt securely fastened until the captain has reached the final parking stand and switched off the fasten seatbelt sign. Please take care when you open the overhead lockers, as items of your carry-on luggage may become dislodged during the flight and fall and cause injury. For those of you
After
selecting
landing
your
radar
seat,
predicted
continue to refrain
system
from doing so
off
until you
after
reach the
landing to leave.
designated smoking area while outside the terminal building. If you have booked wheelchair assistance from the aircraft or any further assistance, we would ask that you please remain seated until everybody else has left the plane today to allow us to hand you over to the ground team. Finally, on behalf of the captain, first officer and all of the cabin crew on board today's flight, we would like to thank you for choosing to fly with us. It's been our pleasure having you on board. Until we meet again, once again, thank you and a very warm welcome.
Girona traffic, Channel 97 Tango, taxi to stand number 2 via Tango 6 and Lake Tango. There we go, it says on the ground. It wasn't the best of landings, but it wasn't too bad. I'll take it. Ramp number 2. So we're just going to come to a stop here and we are going to let them take us to the appropriate stand. I don't think it's took us to the right stand because I don't know why the stairs are here. I want to be on one of them over there, ideally. Where is he? Don't know where he's gone. There he is, look. I think even he's getting lost, to be fair. So I'm pretty sure we can turn it right into gate number 4, from what I gather. We'll leave him to do his own thing. We know where we're parking, which is important, but and we wanted gate number 2. which is pretty much straight in front of us, straight where the Girona Costa Brava is. So we'll turn off the lights and the taxi lights can come off as well. Don't want to blind them all. I very much doubt that we'll be using safe dock. Cheers, boy, mate. Yeah, it wasn't a bad little landing actually. I'll take it. Was a little bit nosed, a little bit down on the right hand side just as we touched down. To be fair, like there he is. Look, there's Pedro with his table tennis bats. Not bad, because they were not playing the 321 in ages, so I thought it was quite a nice landing. To be fair. Back brakes up. Yeah. Technically speaking, that's not. Come on. There we go. So then, that's not what I wanted. AP is available, and engine and master 1 or 2 off.
Manual, push the triple, please. Manual, push the triple, please.
So then, parking jetless, parking brake or chocks. Pretty sure chocks will be set. Chocks set. Engines off, wing lights off, fuel pumps are off, parking jetless complete. So guys, welcome to Girona Costa Brava Airport. Like I said, it's the first time we've ever flown here. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey. Hope you've enjoyed it. It wasn't too bad a landing actually, I quite enjoyed it. Considering the weather was pretty naff on the way down. We're all pretty much good to go. Like I said, we're just waiting for the final doors and then we'll get the aircraft all shut down, ready for our turning off for the evening. Like I said, I think they're pretty sure they're walking into the terminal today, so just be a case of waiting for all these guys to disembark, and then we'll go from there. Cheers for the love heart. Thank you for that, mate. Using a bus then. So guys, thank you very much for joining us this evening. Hope you've enjoyed it. Take care and hope you have a good evening. Don't forget to hit that like, comment and subscribe over on the YouTube channel. There's plenty more content there, and we'll ensure that the edited version of this video does end up on the channel as well. So I hope you all have a lovely evening. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. Any recommendations where we can improve things, feel free to drop us a message directly over on Discord as well. Take care, have a good evening guys, and we'll see you all again very soon.